I may no longer be in rookie class. I may have better gear than I could ever have dreamed of, but that doesn't mean I'm not shit. So I'm heading back to the rookie series in the Formula 1600 at one of my absolute favorite tracks on iRacing, Summit Point Raceway. So let's test our skills and get straight into qualifying. Here we go, guys, coming up for our first timed qualifying lap. And there's a very nice right-hander at the end of this. Whoa! White flag lap. Let's try that again. The steering wheel is much lighter in this car than in the GT3 cars that I've used, obviously, but it's so jittery and bouncy, and it's just vibrating all the time. You can feel literally every bump in the road through it. It's incredible, but it's also quite off-putting almost. Down to third through this section. Don't want to head into the gravel trap there. Down into first. This is a twisty section of corners through here, so lifting off a little bit and then riding the curb. Again lifting off and then putting my foot down again to plant the car through the turn. And then we just have one corner to go. And now it's back down the long pit straight to set our qualifying time. Fastest is a 118.3, and we've done a 119.5. Not bad for a first attempt. It's definitely a much different experience driving this car than driving some of the GT3 and heavier cars that I've driven, but it's going to be a lot of fun. It's a 12-minute race. It's rookies. It might be a bit of chaos. Let's head to the grid and find out. And the lights are on. We've had a start. It's not the best. It's not the worst. We do have a guy about to overtake us on the left. You can see him there. So much easier racing with multiple screens. I can see a crash about to happen. We've been hit from behind for genuinely no reason. Oh, that's a big shunt in front of us, again for really no reason. Doesn't look like we have any damage, which is good. We've made a couple of places up into fifth. Oh, there's a spin. There's two. Ooh, oh my days. He was so close to rejoining me, into me, dangerously. We're up into third now, through no fault or merit of our own. We've got Kenneth and John in front of us. And for us, this has been a pretty decent first lap. Managed to avoid most of the mess that happened around us. Just one little hit from behind, but nothing major. And now we're racing with John for second, and then 3.6 seconds ahead is Kenneth in the lead. Oh, good turn one, and we've got really close to him now. In the Rizzler car, yes, we've got the Rizzler trading paint. Oh, he's braked earlier than I was expecting. We do have to be careful. Slight brake there, just to... Here we go. Oh, it's beautiful. It's good close racing. We're going to try and take him up the inside here, and I have done. It's a great overtake, a brilliant and clean move. And try and keep my foot planted for as long as possible. We have done. And that's beautiful. Now we've just got Kenneth in front of us now. Let's try and extend our gap behind as well. It's currently at 0.5 seconds, 0.4 as he catches up a little bit on the straight. Oh, but it's a good first corner once again. Consistently very nice. We've made up a little bit of time as well in front, 2.8 seconds now. This is only a 12-minute race, so we don't have all day like we do in some other classes. Somehow that's counted as an off track. I beg to differ. Gap behind is now 2.1 seconds, so we've built up a very nice gap. He must have made a little mistake, which I didn't see. P1 just set the fastest lap, which means he's breaking away from me a little bit. It's only 6/10 ahead of me, and we've taken these little slalom of corners nicely. Drop the gap down under 3 seconds again. I've just set the fastest lap. 4/10 in front of P1. Oh, that's not going to help. Little riding the curb there at turn 1. Now, Owen Griffiths is in 9th place, and hopefully he's holding up the leader a little bit. Bit jittery. Gap is staying pretty stable at 2.8 seconds. Oh, P4 has set the fastest lap. He's down in the 1:17s now. So 5/10 ahead of us, and P1 still not extending his gap at all in terms of fastest lap. And he's only 2.5 seconds ahead on the track, but unfortunately he's just got past Owen. We should be able to get it down the main straight if I'm good in this corner here. Whoa! Nearly a disaster, but we've managed to save it nicely. We won't be able to get the move done down here, though. He's a second, 1.5 seconds ahead. They're both so agonizingly close. Alright, we should be able to get the back marker down the straight this time. Kenneth is a bit far ahead of us for that. Again, he's too far ahead down the straight. I can't make it happen. Bit of a drama under braking, but Owen in front of us has had the same thing. And we're now only 0.8 of a second behind. .6. Kenneth in the lead, 2 seconds ahead. Oh, whoa! He's had a big crash there. Now the next car is the leader. We have 2 minutes of this race to go. It's probably good enough for one more lap, then the white flag. He's under 2 seconds ahead. He's 1.9 ahead. We are gaining on him all the time. It's my fastest lap of the session, 1:17. Don't rejoin there, you nincompoop. Great, now I've got another back marker in front of me, Daniel Deji. He doesn't have to let me through, but it would be a great bloke if he did. Oh, he's compromising my lap here. Oh my days. And he was, I can't tell you how incredibly close he was to screwing up my entire race there with that crash. Oh my days. I've managed to avoid it. Someone is looking over me right now. Very similar to the first lap. Still 1.8 seconds behind. And that's all. This is the white flag lap. Just one to go. If we're going to win, we got to make it a big one. We made up a little bit of time. 1.5 seconds behind now. I'm piling on as much pressure as I can to make this happen and to get him to make a mistake. Annoyingly, it's not happening right now. Just 1.1 seconds ahead he is. Oh, I've made a little error there on corner exit. I probably wasn't going to make it anyway unless he had a mistake, which he hasn't done. He's driven flawlessly, and credit to him. And he's 1.5 seconds ahead, but coming across the line behind him in second place for a podium. Yes! There we go, boys. What a drive. Before we check the results, make sure you don't go anywhere because we have a second race coming. And make sure to hit subscribe. And the results are in. Yes. Not the safety rating change I would have wanted, really. We did keep the incident ratings quite low, if I'm honest, but a very nice iRating change of plus 80. Now we're going to head into our second race, and sticking with the rookie theme and the Formula 1600s, we're going to send it to the Circuit de Lebanon. So join me for qualifying. About to start my first timed qualifying lap. Now this is a fun track, but it can also be very tricky, and it tries to induce spins on you, and it can catch you out very easily, and it will do with many drivers, especially that first set of corners. If you're not careful on the braking and how you put the weight in different areas of the car, then you will get caught out massively. It also provides for some fun turn 1 action on lap 1. Now, the best time so far is a 1:28.6. Nicely done so far. This corner is over at crest. There we go, and tight it is. Turning right now, and all the way down to the bottom of the hill for the final corner. Down into first, and there we go. Revving hard up the hill, going to the inside, and now we have set our first qualifying lap with one more to go. Oh! That's what I mean about catching you out. But a 132 isn't bad, and so far it's put us in 8th. So we'll see how that pans out, but for now, join me as we head to the grid. I've ended up starting in 10th, which just about gets me into the top half. And I would still increase my iRating if I finished like this. And there we go. The lights are out and we're away. Have to be mindful of the first corner rubbish here. The chaos that can happen at this corner. And indeed the next couple. But we can make a move down here. And I have. He's still there. Ooh. Whoa! Oh my days! I've been killed. I've been killed. That is not how I wanted this to go. We can finally get out of here. I don't believe we're in last place. No, we're not. But we have fallen a long way down the grid, even from starting in 10th. So we've got a lot of work to do now. It is a 20-minute race, so it's longer than our last one. But even that may not be long enough. A lot of people have lapped me, so I've even got to unlap myself before I can even think about overtaking anybody. P1 is constantly setting the fastest lap here. Oh, almost let it do to me again. The lapping car is overtaking me again. I'm following him closely. I do now find myself again in my own sort of race, kind of with no one to attack realistically, but also no one to defend against, as long as I keep this lap time up. Accident ahead, that is great news. And Francisco is only now 9 seconds in front. That's what I need to pray to happen. Some accidents in front. Oh yes, the leader must have gone off because he is in the pits and I'm now about to unlap myself. Very good stuff. That's always nice to hear. Whoa! P1 is coming up behind me at a rapid pace. He's setting fastest lap upon fastest lap. But the problem is then there is my nearest rival just behind him. If he gets close enough, I'll let him pass. Alright, he's gone to the inside. I'm gonna move to the outside for him. Not slowing down though. Sticking with him. He's lapping obviously a lot faster than me, so I'm gonna try and learn from the lines he's taking and his brake markers. That obviously does rely heavily upon me not falling behind too quickly. Currently at a 130.89 and following our leader, 129.9. So nearly a whole second just from, bloody hell, just from following the leader. Blue flags again. Daniel Fernandez coming up behind me. We've got 4 minutes of this race to go. I had to go off track to avoid completely spinning out. I'll let Daniel Fernandez through because he's going to overtake me anyway. Again, we're going to try and follow closely behind him. We're still sticking within a second of Daniel Fernandez. White flag lap. Gap in front is 9.2 seconds. We are lapping quicker than him, but obviously not quite enough. Not quite that quick. Slow car on the left. That is... Oh, and it's him. It is him. We didn't need to be lapping that quickly. He made a mistake, and we've taken 12th from him. It's not quite the place we wanted to be taking. We probably wanted first, but in the position that we're in, we'll take 12th. It's really the best we can hope for. But slowly coming around the last corner and making my way across the finish line in what seems to be at this point 12th position. And the results are in. It's not great. Minus 0.01 on our safety rating, which is so minimal but so annoying. And just a minus 15 to our iRating. So still in the 1300s, which is good, but not quite where we want to be. But it's been fun to be back in rookies, doing a couple of races in the Formula 1600s. So tell me in the comments, what do you want to see me do next?
Only weakness I have is for the brunettes. You already know I'll kill any shit I do next. No kids, so I'm raising the roof. Next year they'll admit they just stands like an Uzbek.